The Avengers have taken over Fortnite. We've got Dr. Doom's gauntlets, Boo! Tony Stark's future tech, Thor's hammer, Silver Surfer's flying board, new POIs, story, all your favorite OG items are back, the pump, and fishing. Yes, they have added the Midas fish to the game, haircut and all. This is not a drill. We have so much to go over. Make sure to use code T5G when purchasing the new Battle Pass. If you're ready for Season 4, it really helps support our team so we can continue to bring you the best Fortnite content. All new weapons, skins, and items. There are a ton of new weapons, skins, and items that have arrived in Season 4, even some you might not have been expecting. While the theme of Marvel has been known for quite a while now, we've still received some pleasant surprises when booting up the game, and some of them are things only 1% of players know about, so make sure you watch until the end. Starting things off, we've got the Battle Pass itself, which is pretty unique when you compare it to any of the Battle Passes before it. The Battle Pass skins include Thor, Storm, Mystique, She-Hulk, Dr. Doom, Groot, and Iron Man. We've also got Wolverine as this season's secret skin, and there are a few more hidden nods to upcoming Marvel skins, but we'll get into those. The skins in the Battle Pass are special compared to any other ones before it, because most of the gliders and pickaxes can only be used with that specific skin. Not just that, but they all have built-in emotes, which can only be unlocked through challenges. The Tony Stark built-in emote lets you switch between Tony Stark and Iron Man literally whenever you want. It's so cool. Mystique's built-in emote is even crazier. If you eliminate an enemy, you can just straight up steal their skin. It runs out after some time, but you can just do the emote again. It is so cool. The Battle Pass isn't the only thing that has brought some new features to the game, as there are some really cool new mythic abilities added around the map. Starting off, we've got the Silver Surfer board item. This actually is a reskin glider redeploy item and works in a way similar to Jules' mythic grappler from last season. You can find this item by destroying one of Stark's supply drones at the Quinjets marked by blue around the map. You only have a chance of getting one though, so get shooting. There's another mythic item you can find by shooting Quinjet supply drones, and it's very different to the Silver Surfer board. If you're a person who misses the ballers from Chapter 1 with all your passion, get ready to log back into Fortnite because they're back. Well, kind of. You can find a mythic item called Groot's Bramble Shield in these drones, and it will actually give you a temporary Groot version of the baller. It recharges every 25 seconds, and you can use it for great mobility. There are a few other mythic items for Season 4, with Dr. Doom dropping 2 special items when you kill him. You can find Dr. Doom over at Doom's Domain. If you take him out, he'll drop 2 items named Dr. Doom's Arcane Gauntlets and Dr. Doom's Mystical Bomb. His Mystical Bomb is a huge orb of energy that you can hurl at people, and it will deal quite a bit of damage. It also sets the surroundings on fire. The Arcane Gauntlets give you a neat little boost in the air, and you can shoot at people with them. Speaking of shooting at people, there are a ton of new weapons added with Season 4 too. You might notice that when you take out some Stark bots over at the Quinjets, a few of them have a chance of dropping a weapon called the Stark Energy Rifle. This is some kind of new Marvel version of the infantry rifle, purely for the fire rate and range. These Stark Energy Rifles come in blue, purple, and gold. Season 4 also hosts the return of traps. Finally, for the first time in Chapter 2, we've got a brand new trap added to Fortnite, and it's in the form of the Fire Trap. This thing deals 50 damage to the player and resets every 7 seconds, so pretty balanced as well. Moving on, one of the things we've been talking about for 2 seasons now has finally arrived in Fortnite. With Season 4, a huge change to the way things work is the all-new fishing revamp. You can view the fishing book in-game right now, and it contains a massive 39 new fish for you to collect. There are all kinds of fish, from new floppers to thermal fish, jellyfish, and more. They all have unique abilities too. The fishing book even measures the length of the fish you collect, so you can compete against your friends. It's pretty cool, and you can find the new fish in a range of locations from mountains to swamps, as well as the coast and forests. Depending on the kinds of fish you want, you've got to go to different places on the map. You can also grab a pro fishing rod in order to get higher rarity fish when you catch them, although these pro fishing rods are much harder to come by than any old rod, so keep an eye out. Speaking of things hard to come by, we talked a lot last season about a leaked fish, a specific fish known only as the Midas fish. We even joked about it, asking what if it had the same haircut as Midas or something goofy like that. Well, just look at this. Here is the real Midas fish. Wow. We really could not make this one up. Last but not least in the items you can find in-game right now, we have the Winner's Umbrella, which looks like this. Like any other season, it's not too fancy, but not too bad either. I like it, but you might be asking, T5G, All they've added is one new gun. Well, not exactly, because here's everything that was unvaulted and vaulted in the most recent update. Alongside Season 4 came one of the biggest vault and unvault lists we've ever seen, with loads of weapons being vaulted like the tac shotgun and multiple OG items returning like bounce pads. Season 4 has an insanely jam-packed loot pool. Shockwaves make their return, which are incredible for mobility, great for retaking height, and can even be used strategically for wall replacing. The combat shotgun has also made its return. It's considered to be a bit spammy, but balances itself out by having a small reticle. Another versatile weapon unvaulted is the TAC SMG. This is one of the most satisfying guns to use, and I am super happy to have it back in the game. Since bouncers were first vaulted, they've become one of the most requested items to make a return, and they're finally back. Bounce pads act in a similar way to crash pads, but they only take up a trap slot instead of an inventory slot, making them much more practical. Do you like dancing against your own will? Well, too bad, because boogie bombs have been unvaulted. Seriously though, I can't wait for the hilarious clips we're gonna see with these things. The Porta 4 has also been let out of the vault, which allows you to throw a fully built metal base with a single click of a button. This item was previously vaulted because it would put tons of stress on the servers late game, but now that it's back, I'm excited to see how it holds up this time around. Like I said, this list is massive, so we're gonna rapid fire with the last few unvaulted items. The revolver, scoped assault rifle, LMG, bandage bazooka, and silenced SMG have all made a return. So now that we've covered everything unvaulted, here's a quick overview of everything that's been vaulted in Season 4. First up, we have the tac shotgun, a weapon that's been in the game since day one, and it's finally put into the vault. The rapid-fire SMG alongside the regular SMG have both been vaulted. The epic and legendary versions of both the hunting rifle and pistol have been locked away, and it seems marauders have left the island, taking stink grenades with them. Lastly, we lost some serious utility items with launch pads, decoy nades, and the flare gun all being vaulted. Notable map changes. The map changes for this season aren't as dramatic as other seasons, with only a handful of new POIs and changes. Right now, there are 2 new POIs, the most notable being Doom's Domain, replacing Pleasant Park. There's also an unnamed POI named the Sentinel Graveyard, which you can literally spot from a mile away. The helicarrier is now the brand new spawn island, and I have a gut feeling we'll be seeing it get closer and closer to the map until it eventually becomes a POI itself. As for some other map changes, around the map, places such as the Authority, Caddy Corner, and more have been completely abandoned by Ghost and Shadow. It seems both teams have now died off, and we don't know where Jules, Kit, Meowscles, or anyone from the past seasons has gone. At these areas, you can now find a single henchman sitting in a room full of Shadow or Ghost posters. At the Authority, a lone henchman walks around, sits down, and cries at a photo on the desk. Pretty sad, actually. We'll get more into detail in our story video, but let's move on to everything else you need to know. Season 4 officially ends later than we thought it would, with the Marvel-led storyline coming to a close on November 30th, just in time for the holidays. This means we'll be getting the Last Lap bundle during Season 4, as well as any Halloween-themed updates. That'll be pretty weird to have during a Marvel season, huh? A recurring complaint that the community shared last season was the ridiculous spawn rate of cars. While the cars were generally a pretty solid update, the amount of cars that would spawn onto the map was kind of outrageous. Luckily, here in Season 4, we'll be seeing a lot less third parties because cars have officially had their spawn rate reduced. And while I personally love mowing people down, I'm happy to see them get balanced out a bit. On the smaller side of changes, the comic book we saw in the lead up to the season has stayed in the game. In the brand new BattlePass lobby for Season 4, there is now a comic book for you to read all kinds of brand new Marvel comics. They are all comics based on the people in the Battle Pass, but I would not be shocked if they ended up teasing some future skins. Just like any great new season, we've been given an all-new set of loading screens to fit the current Marvel theme. Inside of these loading screens, we can see upcoming storyline teasers starring Thor, She-Hulk, Wolverine, and other Marvel skins. We have so much more to talk about, more superhero secrets, story, comics, new weapons, and fish to come. Oh, and by the way, for the people who said we clickbaited the Avengers, we were right. Subscribe now for the Midas Fish evolution to continue. And click this video right here.